Always pushing health, wealth, better understanding the self. So check this out. I told y'all when this Jada and Joe, that's what I'm gonna call it, because Jada name should be first. Joe's a bozo. I told y'all when this podcast came out that it was gonna get a bad response from the streets, from the people who boots on the ground. Okay. Number one is sponsored by Boost and Rock Nation. So it's like we ain't getting nothing authentic. This ain't something that they just want to do. Like when Mace and Cameron did their thing, they was just like, yo, I'm gonna put the money up, I'm gonna do it, and it was just more authentic. You know, they gonna bring up their own topics. These people gonna control what Fat Joe topics he bring up and what he talk about, in my opinion. Now, if you look at the comments, and a lot of people been doing takes on their podcast, Joe's credibility in the streets for his stories is out the window. Nobody believes his stories anymore. That's how he really got popping, like on Instagram, and he was on YouTube, I think, with his own channel. He was just telling these unbelievable stories, like he did at Math Hoffa Barbershop. He just be telling these stories that he be just beating up everybody and just was the big bad bully in the neighborhood, which is we know that was all cap. But I think for them to get this to work, they had to get Jada. Because everybody in the comment section is saying, man, I'm here for Jada. Check it out. We're going to go through a little bit of the comment section, right? And you see me on there talking about Jada Kiss there to save Fat Joe face. So somebody said, I clicked because of Jada, not Joe, waiting on Jada's facial expression to see if Joe is lying or not. Nah, Kiss doing a pod with an all-time capping Joe. Just passing through for Jada. Really, we need Styles and Jada show. That's what I said, bro. Styles and Jada, I think would have been Raw or the Locks. You know, something that's more grassroots, man. Anytime you got some people that's just gonna sponsor your show before it even come out, and you ain't had to do nothing but just show up and talk, it ain't gonna have no authenticity to it. So we got to get back to presidents running for president. That's what Jada said. So my boy Trey Jackson in the comment section said, "I swear Kisses is an Italian mobster." Got 800 likes on that. Killed that comment. Jada do sound like he one of them mobsters. So somebody put, damn, so he latched on to Jada to stay up. Nasty work. Then they put, I give Jada about another 2 episodes before he get tired of Joe. So y'all see what I'm talking about here. They need to, if you trying to run a podcast, you can't use Joe Face if you're trying to sell Boost Mobile or Rock Nation. Joe's done. He needs to do his own thing because his credibility in these YouTube streets, social media streets, is just it's in the mud. You know, we making fun of him. You know, I don't even think the show gonna last because it just don't seem to have no substance to me. Jada just back chilling. It's like it's literally like they chilling and getting a check. They just collecting a check. They don't have no soul or substance or want to bring some new content. They just going over stories. And I feel like they can make it like that, but I just don't feel like it's gonna be that interesting like these sponsors think it is. And they're gonna end up spending way more money and ain't nobody gonna be buying their products or looking at Boost Mobile because you got Fat Joe on there. So it's funny to see the show. I skimmed through it a little bit. They not, they just going over stuff. And I feel like because they got that sponsorship, it's not much they can say like us on the YouTube streets. How when we come in, we could point out this guy, they on the side. I don't, I ain't never seen Jada really be on the side politically, but we know Joe's on the side politically. We know he sitting at the table with Kamala and Joe Biden. So there's certain things he can and cannot say, and don't nobody want to hear from that in the YouTube streets right now. But they've been clowning him, and it's deserved. Joe is deserved. He when he said that about FBA, he went on and was saying something like, man, I got guns in the car right now. It was tough talk. It wasn't him just trying to, talk to the people who he could have offended and make them at ease. He didn't want to do that. He feel like he's too tough for that. So it's just hilarious to see this show is just, being a laughing stock on YouTube right now. It's not gonna last. We even gonna start talking about it. Jada is just wasting his talent sitting next to this guy. So we would be more interested in the Styles and Jada. Shout out to the Locks. Shout out to everybody in New York who called this out and who calling it out. Because you got a lot of people in my comment section like, man, what are you talking about, man? Shit, like they don't want us calling out Fat Joe. They feel some type of way about us calling out Fat Joe for what he said and did to the community. We don't care, man. Y'all can stay in the comment section. But we definitely gonna be overpowering you. But they not Joe and them are not commenting. They not giving no feedback to the comments that we putting out. So it just shows, less authenticity. You know, it's not real. It just seems like they just there and they just sitting there talking and they don't have no soul. Jada saying some things, but Jada ain't really for, Jada a street guy and he a rapper. This ain't really his lane for me unless he got his true homeboys around him and he could be, Joe just don't fit in a chemistry standpoint, in my opinion. But that's what I feel about this show, man. I don't feel like it's gonna last long, or at least the sponsors gonna pull out because they getting views and everything, but no substance. I think it's gonna go down the drain. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace and love.
You are totally dependent on other people to take care of your needs because you don't have those roots sunk into the ground. To have a community, you must have three things to have a community in it. You must have a wholly independent economic structure that can provide goods, service, products, and things for your own people, and jobs and tax spaces for your own people. You should at least control four basic things. You should be trying to control water, food, medicine, and energy to be able to survive.
Here we got Mr. Pollock. He had a cornfield. He took advantage of a free water test from us, and this is what we found in this water. We found sulfur, we found hardness, and we solved these problems with an easy fix of 2 tanks. So get your free water test today. Stay blessed. Click the link below.